to all you folks who helped out with those surveys. And we really appreciate your help filling out those surveys. And please give them back to the people who you got them from. Hopefully we'll get the racing action fine-tuned here and get the things you like on the way to you. The Limited Sportsman Trophy Dash, 4 laps. Your fastest 4 qualifiers. Ken Sword starts first. Outside is Joe Hill. Second row, Robin Pennington. And on the tail, your new track record holder, car 73, Randy Sword, setting that track record tonight in that car 73. Hill leads the field through turns 1 and 2. He got a good jump off that 4th turn. Kenny Sword was sideways. Hill the leader in 70. Kenny Sword again sideways off the 2nd turn. Pendleton backs off, lets him get her straightened out. Now Randy Sword challenges on the outside of him. Halfway for Joe Hill. It's Joe Hill, still Ken Sword, Randy Sword, and Robin Pendleton. Your fastest 4 limited sportsman qualifiers. White flag this time. And the winner of the first event here on Corner Cars Christmas in July night, Joe Hill. Ken Sword comes across second. Third is Randy Sword. At 4th, Robin Pendleton. Again, you'll have to bear with me tonight, folks. Sound a little froggy. My voice trying to leave me. We'll hope it holds out throughout the evening. Or at least I hope it does anyway.
I understand word.
Your winner, Joe Hill, in 70. See, I don't get paid if I don't announce the whole night, so... Once again, keep in mind tonight's action, as with every night here at the races, being videotaped by Penstroke Video Productions. So if you're interested in a tape of tonight's program or any racing program, stop down and see the young lady from Penstroke Video Productions behind the grandstand. By the way, a tape that wouldn't be a bad idea to purchase is Todd Seeley's tape from last year. I've got a copy of that. And I froze that thing right at the point of impact. And honestly, ladies and gentlemen, this guy missed by, or made it by, less than inches. The Limited Sportsman Heat Race. Quickly, the lineup: George Glick in 37, Buddy Townsend in 75. That's Doug Wright in 41 and Jim Kidd in 25. Then comes Craig Parker, Charlie Osborne, Dave Stacy in 6, Gary Carter in 26, and 1, Gary Ferguson. 8 racing laps for the Limited Sportsman first heat race. George Glick, the leader of lap number 1. Doug Wright in 41 now tries to pull up on the back bumper of Glick. Buddy Townsend currently 3rd, but here comes Jim Kidd to challenge Townsend on the outside. The leader is George Glick. Doug Wright with his second race ever here at the Speedway. Banging on the back door. Literally off the fourth turn, and we got a yellow flag. And we've got a breakout situation. I'll explain that to you. These gentlemen come out and qualify every evening here at the Speedway. Earlier that took place. George Glick's time was recorded, and the times he was running in that heat race are more than a quarter of a second faster than his qualifying times. And whenever that happens, we throw the yellow flag, put that car to the tail, and get back underway. We're not sure what's going on. It's located just to the turn one side of the tower underneath the grandstand. Tonight also, I neglected to mention so far, tonight also, QFM 96 night at the races. QFM 96.3 WLVQ, the total rock and roll experience. And we'll be having the Joe Show and Dave Johnston out here a little bit later, testing for a race. Leader is Doug Wright. Doug Wright, your leader in car 41. Craig Parker is second in 72.
26, black flag.
Car 26. Car 26, Gary Carter, disqualified for jumping on the restart. Your leader is Doug Wright. He'll get the white flag this time. Now Mike Stacy trying to move around Craig Parker for second spot. Stacy now up to second. And the winner in car 41, Doug Wright. Dave Stacy finishes second. I think I might have been calling him Mike. That's Dave Stacy, finishes second. Buck and Bob Justice on the front row. Jim Cruz, Robbie Dean, Mike Brown, Donnie Gregory, Zero Hill in 12, Mark Rush in 98, and Sam Heckman in 17. 8 laps. Bob Justice, the leader. He's got one heat win to his credit here at the Speedway in 92. But Robbie Dean now challenges on the outside. Again, Dean to the outside of Justice. Halfway this time. Bob Justice, your point leader coming into tonight's action, leads this heat race. He's pressure from Robbie Dean. Again, Dean tries the high groove. White flag this time. Jerry Buck runs third. Jim Cruz is fourth. The winner will be Bob Justice. Second is Jerry Buck. Finishing third, Robbie Dean. And fourth, Jim Cruz. Out of Columbus, Ohio, the Renner motor car and towing entry, it's Donnie Renner with 3 feature wins in 1992. Alongside in number 7, what I believe is his first Trophy Dash appearance of the 1992 season. Let me check that real quick. And it is his first Trophy Dash appearance in car number 7, Reynoldsburg, Ohio, Coghlan Chevrolet, the sponsor. It's Bobby Edwards in number 7. Row 2, your second place runner in the track point standings entering to tonight's action. Out of Pickerington, Ohio, the Campus Auto Body entry, 83, Lonnie Rush. Lonnie Rush Sr. in 83. And on the tail, your fast qualifier. Out of Miamisburg, Ohio, his 5th fast qualifying attempt of 1992. 5-time track champion, the Burco Trucking entry. It's John Vallow in 21. Your fastest 4 qualifiers. The length of this race, 4 laps. The 4-lap dash. The leader is Donnie Renner. Second, Bobby Edwards. Halfway this time across. Still Edwards stalks Renner. White flag for Renner. Edwards nearly into the back of Donnie Renner in turn 4. And with his first Trophy Dash win of 1992, it's Donnie Renner. Second is Bobby Edwards. Third, Lonnie Rush. And fourth, John Vallow. First late model heat race. On the front row in car number 12, it's Denny Dean, alongside in car number 70, Larry Harris from New Carlisle. Tommy Simpson in 82 starts inside of row 2. And alongside of him in 47, Larry Harris from Columbus, Ohio. Inside of row number 3, car 2, a brand new car this week under that driver, Robbie Dean. And outside in 16, Mike Simpson. Then comes 07, that's Lou Westerkamp. Number 86, Skip Thornton. And 14, Gary Townsend. The 10 lap, first late model heat race, rolling your way. So your restart, 10 laps for the late model heat race. Out front is Larry Harris from New Carlisle. Larry Harris the leader. Second, a tight battle between Dean and the other Larry Harris. Flags halfway this time around. And now the Larry Harrises runs first and second. Moves around the lap cars. Robbie Dean now trying to move underneath the other Larry Harris. Dean is third in car number 2. White flag this time by. In car number 70, the winner, Larry Harris. Finishing second in 47 from Columbus, Ohio, Larry Harris. Third was car number 2, Robbie Dean. Again, that car of Robbie's, a brand new car. This week, they damage done on the front stretch here rendered that thing destroyed, they told me, back in the pit area earlier. So he brought a brand new car out this week. Mike Rush. Then comes car number 1, Terry Humphrey, and 61, Mike Ward. Finally, car number 9 is Danny Eves, and 26, Bill Cantley. And on the tail, in 19, Carlton Smith. These cars lined up in inverted order. This the faster of the two heat races. The faster cars in the back of this heat race. After 2 laps, your leader is Bobby Fye. Second, Mike Rush. Third, Mike Ward. The late models run in tight formation. Now Fye slows on the backstretch. Ward spins. So problem with Bobby Fye's car, exiting turn number 2. Everybody looked for a way to get out of the way tonight at the races. Mike Rush leads Terry Humphrey through turn 4. Car's now halfway through this event. Apparently the damage done to Ward's car, primarily cosmetic. Your limited sportsman track champion leads the late model second heat race from last year. Last year's limited sportsman track champion, Mike Rush. A good battle for second spot between Terry Humphrey, Danny Eves, and Mike Ward. The white flag for Mike Rush. And the winner in a big fashion, Mike Rush. Finishing second, Terry Humphrey. Third, Danny Eves. And fourth, Mike Ward. On QFM Corner Cars Night at the Races. Starting first in 66, it's Paul Baker Jr. Outside in 70, Heavy Hill. The second row in car 35, Tom Idle. And your fast qualifier starts fourth. That's Donald Parsons III. Paul Baker leads the first lap. Heavy Hill is second. Tom Idle and Donald Parsons. A tight battle for third and fourth spot. Hill tries to pull up on Paul Baker, but Baker will get the white flag this time. The winner in car 66, Paul Baker Jr. Heavy Hill comes across second. Third is Tom Idle. And fourth, Donald Parsons. Rick Honecker and Brian Newton row 2. Then comes Jerry Rayner, Ken Waller, Bo Davis, and Bill Wellman, Jamie Hunt, Herb Pennington, and Mike Taylor. 8 laps. By the way, that's Steve Rayner. Steve Rayner in car 34. Herb Huntley paces him around. Now Brian New moves up to second. But here comes Jerry Rayner in number 4. And now your leader, Jerry Rayner. Jamie Hunt is second. Mike Taylor third. The halfway signal this time around. Jamie Hunt tries to move on the outside of Jerry Rayner. Jamie Hunt, now the leader. Jerry Rayner is second. Mike Taylor third. A white flag will greet Jamie Hunt this time by. Taylor and Rayner make contact in turn 4. And now Taylor is second in 23. Steve Taylor. Sorry about that, Mike Taylor, I think that is. No doubt about your leader, your winner, that's Jamie Hunt. Mike Taylor finishes second. Finishing third, Jerry Rayner in car 4. 5 will start on the pole. Car 25.
Maybe down
Is Bubba Parsons. Parsons in 25. Alongside in 00, it's Ron Mangus. The second row is Joe Pittenger in 37. And beside him in 28, Fred Hartzell. Row number 3, Don Townsend Jr. drives 77. And outside of him, in car 69, Clyde Trowbridge. Next up, Steve Tuttle drives 17. And 32, Jim McCauley. Then comes Tim Rowenbeck in car number 5. 44, Joe DeFelice. 3, Butch McAllister. And 74, Roy Harding. Bubba Parsons and Ron Mangus lead the field around. Red flag. Bubba Parsons out front. They race past that QFM 96 guitar, now inflated off turn 2. Don Townsend Jr. is second. That right front fender on Townsend's car dragging on the right front tires. That's the smoke coming off that car. Ron Mangus is third in 00. They'll get the halfway signal this time. Now Mangus with us. Ooh, a spin on the backstretch. Hello. Good morning, America. Bubba Parsons still your leader. Mangus rights that car and gets headed back the correct direction. Still Bubba Parsons. Now with a comfortable margin over Don Townsend Jr. with Joe DeFelice in third. White flag this time. Your winner, Bubba Parsons. Second goes to Don Townsend Jr. Third, Joe DeFelice. So those are your top 3 finishers in the second Street Stock Heat Race. I'll be calling off those lucky numbers here in a couple of minutes. We're going to have a brief intermission. I'll be calling off those lucky numbers in just a couple of minutes. This the third heat race victory of Bubba Parsons in 1992. The car is sponsored by Joe Price, Dave's Auto Service, Big JR Towing, Larry Harris Body Shop, Keen's Body Shop, All City Auto Wrecking, Bob's Market, Steering Gear, Custom Clutch, and the Country Club Lounge. Keep in mind, coming up here next Saturday, the 100-lap John Knuckles Memorial.
This has been hard for her to come back here, and I brought her back tonight for one reason and one reason only. And I want to put the icing on the cake for her, because I know that although she was the only woman in a race here at Columbus Motor Speedway, I wanted to ask her if she would marry me. I love you, Debbie.
Did she say yes?
She said yes.
It's a yes. So congratulations, Ron and Debbie. We'll have to do the wedding here at the Speedway too. Let us know. So if you've got your lucky number program, his listing in the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest motorcycle jump on record, he was telling me how hard it is to get recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records. One-handed, let's hear it, Todd Seeley. He was telling me just how hard it is to get recognized for any kind of feat, and the paperwork you got to go through to get Guinness Book of World Records authorization. And Seeley is in there for a 246-foot jump. That's almost twice what you see out there on the front stretch, or on the infield now. We'll go down for a couple words from Todd Seeley.
Ladies and gentlemen, this man is truly amazing. He, in fact, the other night on 530 Live, you just about landed that motorcycle out there in the grass, didn't you?
Well, that's right. We jumped a little long. What was it, yesterday, day before there? We came all the way up to the retaining wall, so I hope I can get it slowed down tonight.
The wind's kind of at your back here, too. Is that going to be good, bad, or I'm sure ought to get you to land, I hope?
Yeah, it's definitely going to get me down the ramp, so I got to definitely watch my speed coming down off the track, even more so because the wind's at my back. So we're going to give it our best shot here and see if we can get stopped before that wall. So I'm going to go warm the other bike up and do some bike jumps.
What do you think, folks? You want to see the bike jump?
Woo!
Here we go.
I don't know if I believe him or not. He told me he was going to run that or fly that quad runner clear down to those trailer wheels. And that's a pretty good feat. So we'll see if he really flies that quad runner that far in a little bit. On the seat, now in the front stretch, wheelie by Todd Seeley. Mr. Wheelie.
Hey, Jeff, is this going to be...
And it's a speed run. Just he wants to get his senses, get his bearings together. Let's hear it. Let's start down there in turn 4. Do the wave for Todd Seeley.
He indicated when he first came in here the other night that the pavement that we put in the pit areas permitted him to get a lot more speed up, and that was basically verified the other night on 530 Live when he just about landed in the grass, I think.
Press back there. He didn't have to go through the gravel to get his speed up. The other thing on 530 Live the other night, he darn near hit that retaining wall down there. Had a heck of a time getting that bike stopped. Todd Seeley. Is he going to make it? Oh, he just missed it. Let's hear it. From Tampa, Florida, Todd Seeley.
You think about what that retaining wall does to a 3,000-pound late model. Just think what it'd do to that bike.
He wants to know. Todd's got a question for you.
You just asked him?
I'd like to see it again. All right, one more time on the bike. Here we go. quad runner than on that bike? You got to explain this to us before you take off. You got to be nuts.
What was the question?
I said, how much tougher is it on this quad runner than that bike?
Well, I'll tell you what, if any of you have ever ridden one of these things before, they're pretty difficult to even just stay on. So every little bump will throw you sideways. Coming down the run that I got here and across the infield is pretty rough, so I got to get it lined up right on the ramp, and I don't have much room to spare on each side. And flying through the air is pretty unstable, and getting it stopped. So it's difficult.
How much wider is that ramp than the tread width on this bike?
There's only about 2 inches to play with on each side.
What do you think, folks? You think you could hit that at 60 mile an hour? Yeah, here we go. We're going to find out. Let's give him a send-off, folks.
Some of the stunt work in that movie, Cop and a Half.
Dry run, a real thing. What do you think, folks?
You think he'll make it? Here he comes. Todd Seeley. Everybody up on your feet. Let's hear it. Mr. Todd Seeley. He was right. He flew her way down there. Let's do it now. He can hear you, everybody. On your feet. Todd Seeley.
Hey, I think Columbus, Ohio is in love with you. What do you think?
Well, I tell you, it feels really good to be back in this area. You know, I'm born and raised in Ohio, and I tell you, it feels good, and these fans have always been great, and I tell you, I'll see you next year, I'm sure.
Well, we sure plan on it. Hey, you know, there is only one guy that I'll bet can top your act tonight. Who do you suppose that is?
You got me.
I'll bet you Santa Claus is going to ride over there on a bike in just about 2 seconds. He's coming this way, I hope. Is Santa Claus ready?
Okay, everybody, you got to sing Here Comes Santa Claus. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, Todd wants to talk about something else here for just a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, and all you boys and girls, I'm going to be behind the grandstands here very shortly. I'm going to be signing autographs. I'm going to be giving away some free posters left over from our world record jump. They're definitely going to be collector's items. There's only a few of them left. So I'll be back behind the stands there in just a few minutes.
Folks or not? That little Honda, I don't know if I can haul him around very good, but he looks like he's headed this way.
How about a wave for Santa Claus? Dave Stacy. The second row in car 26, that's Gary Carter, and alongside in 27, Jerry Buck. The next row, number 29, Bob Justice, and number 11, Robbie Dean. Next, we've got 20, Mike Brown, and 2. Let's see, where did I stop? Mike Brown in 20, in car 2, Donnie Gregory. And we've got 12, Kid. 41 is Jerry Wright. 75, that's Buddy Townsend. 37, George Glick. 1 car leads them around. White flag, we'll get a start the next time by. Charlie Osborne, the leader. Dave Stacy on the outside. Dave Stacy pulls up to challenge Charlie Osborne for the lead. 5 laps this time. Four laps to go. Your leader is Charlie Osborne. Now Dave Stacy on the outside of Osborne. The new leader, Dave Stacy, but Robbie Dean now on the outside of him. Here comes the Big Bird in 11. sideways off the fourth turn. Whoa, a close race down front stretch. Joe Hill on the move in 70. Hill in 70 on the move. And now Jerry Buck moves up to challenge. Jerry Buck on the outside again. Buck begins to slow in 27. Jerry Buck off the pace. And somehow everybody made it past that. I don't know how. Getting the lineup put together. We'll be back underway momentarily. 21 laps are complete. And Jerry Buck pulls to a stop at the start-finish line. We're not sure why. We had given the white flag. Fortunately, outside of Charlie Osborne. second. 5 laps. Dave Stacy on the outside. And Don Gregory Jr. now second in car number 2. White flag this time. A runner-up in the points last year. His first race win of 1992, Donnie Gregory. Make that Zero Hill. Sorry about that. Zero Hill, your winner. I tried to give it to Donnie Gregory. Sorry about that. Gregory finishes second. Finishing third, Dave Stacy. Again, he was your runner-up in points a year ago in the Limited Sportsman Division. Outside of Eves in car 5, it's Dick Dunleavy Jr. Row 2 is made up of Bill Cantley in 26 and 19 Carlton Smith. Then comes 92 Donnie Renner and 7, that's Bobby Edwards. The next row 83 Lonnie Rush Sr. and John Ballow in 21. Then comes 61 Mike Ward. 1, Terry Humphrey. 98, Mike Rush. He's followed by 2. That's Robbie Dean. 47, Larry Harris. 82, Tommy Simpson. 86, Skip Thornton. 70 is Larry Harris from New Carlisle, Ohio. 12, Denny Dean. 07, Lou Westerkamp. 16, Mike Simpson. 14, Gary Townsend. And 51, Bobby Fye. Racing laps. Car number 5. Dunleavy out a little in front of Danny Eves down the backstretch. And Dunleavy, the new leader. And a bit. So we wanted to make sure that there was no problem after the puff of smoke come out of the 51 car, Bobby 5. Donnie Renner and Bill Canley, your top 5. Six laps down. On the outside of your race leader, Dick Dunleavy. Carlton Smith is third. And Eve is back in front. Now John Ballow pulls to a stop in car 21. The leader is Dan Eves, Dick Dunleavy second, Carlton Smith third. Terry Humphrey is third in car number 1. Lonnie Rush up to 4th. Rush is 4th. Halfway. To the outside of Dunleavy. Terry Humphrey is second. Dan Eves still the leader. To go, 10 laps. Terry Humphrey right on the back bumper of Dan Eves. Now Lonnie Rush tries to move back around Dunleavy. To go, 5 laps. Comes Vallow. Lonnie Rush is up to 3rd. flag for Bobby Edwards. With a pretty good size advantage over Terry Humphrey. Mike Ward is up to 4th spot. Ward is 4th. White flag, and we've got a yellow flag. Donnie Ritter with a spin off turn 2. White flag this time. John Vallow on the outside of Mike Ward down the backstretch for that 4th spot. Meantime, your winner, Danny Eves. Second is Terry Humphrey. Third, Lonnie Rush. Fourth, Mike Ward. Fifth was John Vallow. Sixth, I believe, was Dick Dunleavy Jr. And seventh, Carlton Smith. His second feature win of the year. He hasn't won since May 16th here at the Speedway. Car number 9, Danny Eves. Here at the Speedway, Danny Eves. He'll get that black Tiger, I guess it is. Okay, let's see if we can give the lineup here quickly. Brian New will start first in 441 outside of row number 1. That's Jerry Rayner. Then comes Ken Waller and Jamie Hunt in row 2. The third row is looks like Bill Hunley and Mike Taylor. Then comes Pennington and Bubba Parsons, Ron Mangus and Don Townsend Jr., Fred Hartzell, Steve Tuttle. Who else we got here? Clyde Trowbridge, Joe DeFelice, Tim Rowenbeck, and Paul Baker Jr., Butch McAllister, Heavy Hill, Donald Parsons III, Tom Idle, Herm Hunley, Rick Honecker, and Bo Davis. Again, that Corner Cars pace car here on QFM Corner Cars Night at the Races. Ethel. They're two abreast down the backstretch. Jerry Rayner and Brian New slug it out for that top spot. leader, but here comes Jamie Hunt in 93. Now Jamie Hunt the leader. Second, Jerry Rayner. Mike Taylor third. Three abreast on the backstretch. Oh, they made it. The leader is Jamie Hunt, but Don Townsend Jr. closing in 77. And Townsend takes over in turn 2. Your new leader, Don Townsend Jr., he led every lap just about last week, or towards the end of the race anyway, until the last corner. Townsend out front again tonight. Now Joe DeFelice up to third spot. Ooh, in car 44. Ten laps down, 10 complete. Hello. Red flag. Clyde Trowbridge and Joe Pittenger, the top 10 finishers in the 35-lap late model feature. The winner was Dan Eves. Second, Terry Humphrey. Finishing third, Lonnie Rush. Fourth, in car 61, Mike Ward. Fifth was John Vallow. Sixth, Dick Dunleavy Jr. Seventh, in car 19, that was Carlton Smith. Eighth, in number 86, Skip Thornton. Finishing ninth, in car number 2, Robbie Dean. And finishing complete. 10 laps down. Now Joe DeFelice second. He'll go to the outside of Don Townsend Jr. in turn number 4. Halfway. Oh, Townsend spins. He'll come back out on the front stretch. Your new leader is Joe DeFelice. Mike Taylor now second, Townsend third. To go, 10 laps. Joe DeFelice still out front. Mike Taylor second. Don Townsend Jr. third, but here comes Paul Baker on the outside of him. And Paul Baker Jr. is now second. Townsend Jr. moves up to third spot. 5 laps this time around. 5 laps to go. In 00. Oh, almost hits the race leader. White flag this time for Joe DeFelice. Baker closing in 66. The leader. Here comes Baker. Your winner, it'll be close. Joe DeFelice. Paul Baker is second. Third, Heavy Hill. Fourth, unofficially, was Butch McAllister. What a bargain. Your winner, Joe DeFelice. Car sponsored by ALD Concrete, Max Cafe, JC Radiator, TNT Equipment, Columbus Coal and Lime, Ohio Rebars, Statewide Pumping, and Rico Incorporated.